I've been struggling to come up with new material for like the past probably month. I have had no new jokes
I feel that
I'm proud of.
I'm kind of in the same rut. Yeah.
And I don't get as discouraged as I used to because I know that it comes in waves. But this week, it hit me. I was hit by the comedy gods, and I wrote like 9 new shits.
Hell yeah.
And I've been crushing at the open mics with the new stuff, and I'm excited about it. And I've been chucking and jiving up there, all loose. And I hate that it just kind of comes so randomly like that.
Yeah, it's not predictable.
Because I'll go like a period of time with no new shit, and then in like 2 days, a day, it's really a day.
It'll go like, dude, like 4 months.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
And then a day, I'm like, oh, this, oh, and this, and this, and this, and this. And what I noticed is, when you're in that zone, when you're feeling that, write down everything. I mean, anything that came up into my head, I wrote down. And I wrote down like 20 things, just 20 ideas that I was inspired. And some of it didn't work, but whatever. Some of it was dog shit, but a lot of it was good. And I've been crushing with that.
You've been crushing with hurt people too.
I love the hurt people joke.
What I love about that bit is that was low hanging fruit that was right there for anybody to take, and you just went,
I'll have that.
That's mine. I'll take that.
Give me that.
Give me that.
It's got
and capitalized on it, dude.
That
joke is so fucking funny, and like I don't want to like blow your shit up or whatever.
I'll say
like,
it. It was the phrase hurt people. I was like, oh, is that how you say that? I thought it was hurt people. You know.
It still makes me laugh.
What a terrible expression. I don't want to hurt people.
I've heard it fucking 20 times. It still fucking makes me laugh.
And then I was like, yeah, so I just been out there hurting guys, you know? And, that one's been doing really well. And
how'd you come up with that?
I just overheard someone say it.
Just a stranger saying it?
Yeah, I was busting tables. I'm a busboy. And my favorite part about my job is I don't have to talk to people.
Yeah.
But I listen. I just listen to people. I eavesdrop on people all day long, just conversations, the dumbest shit, you know. And because I'll walk up to a table and I'm picking up plates and they're like talking about shit. So I was just picking up some plates and this guy was like, "Well, you know what they say, hurt people." And and then there you go. There's the joke.
Yeah, you don't even have to explain it.
Yeah.
Like the joke is in the setup.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, that's funny. I've only ever seen that written. You know, hurt people. Yeah, you know the joke.
Yeah.
But, that one's been doing really well. Those dry spells of new jokes is tough. That's when I get my most discouraged.
Yeah, it's a real rough spot. But I always find because I'll go like a month and a half, like 2 months of not writing anything, and then same thing. I'll have like a 4-week span where like a bunch of stuff comes to me, and that's where Ferrari shoes came from.
Yeah,
because I was just in the thick of it, just nothing was coming, and I was doing fucking lat pulls.
Yeah,
and that guy was wearing a pair of Ferrari shoes. And I was like,
what a fucking moron!
Yeah, what an idiot! And then the whole bit came from that.
Yeah,
and it's weird. It's like. The world, like, the God or whatever, I don't know, like, gifts you these little smidges of opportunities to, like, create new bits.
Yeah.
And it's always when you're at your lowest. Like, you're at the very bottom of it.
Yeah.
Of a dry spell. And then these little, like, inklings of like, magic happen in your real life, and then you can just talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, you're, like, desperate, so you pay attention more, you know? I mean, coming up with new jokes is just, you want new jokes, pay attention more. Like, fucking focus up more.
Yeah.
And really just be really looking at everything that's going on. Be as present as possible.
Also, another thing about coming up with material is, like, you have to like, switch up your life a lot.
Yeah.
you have to like do different things, and I feel like that like we're in such a kind of structured life now that to do something new, I don't know.
Yeah, you need to switch it up you need to have different experiences to then be able to,
Or joke about it.
Just joke
about it.
Yeah, you in different experiences, and then that's where you find funny.
But we just go, like, we wake up, we go to the same job, we go to the same grocery store every single day.
Yeah.
It's like the second that you get out of that, you can have like a perception of a guy wearing shoes that have a Ferrari badge on them.
Stupid shoes.
It's just stupid shoes, and then go, oh, that's something. But it's
a dumb purchase.
Yeah, it's important to just kind of get out of that.
Yeah. Whenever I'm in a dry spell of coming up with new material, you always fall back on your old stuff.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll have to do that old stuff so much that you hate that stuff. So then you're in this weird spot where you're not coming up with new stuff and you hate the stuff you have.
Yeah.
So then that's the lowest it gets, is when you're on stage saying old stuff you don't care about, knowing that like you're not coming up with any new stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why did I pay this $5 for the open mic when I'm just doing the stuff I know I'm gonna do on a show later?
And then eventually you'll have something will hit. I don't know what it is, and you come up with just like a bunch of shit in like a day. Like that happens with jokes, and that happened with my roast jokes. I've got a roast next Tuesday against Andrew Cassidy, and I was trying to think of jokes and whatever, wasn't inspired. It just wasn't hitting, and then in like a day I wrote like 9. And I was just like, oh, and they're just coming, and I write them down, just write everything down, and like, I looked back and maybe a couple weren't that great, but at least I got them out.
That doesn't matter. You got them.
That's right.
You got them down.
If you get that little fucking shot of inspiration, just write down everything. Write down as much as you can, because for me, I feel because it'll go away, I feel like.
The most important part is like recording it.
Uh-huh.
Like if you wake up at 4 a.m. hungover and have like a thought, like put it in the notes app. Just get it down eventually. Maybe it's nothing. Yeah. Maybe it's not even. Maybe it's a bit that bombs 100 times and you never do it again. But at least you captured it. At least you got it down.
Yeah, you were practicing. Just having an idea, writing it down.
I have a million of those, dude. I have a million of those just thoughts just etched into the notes. I'm like, oh, this is gonna kill. I do it once, I'm like, I'm never doing this bit again. Dude, it just happens, man.
Also, what's big is I'll remember that. I'll remember that. You never remember it. Write it down.
If there's an open micer listening to this podcast, if there's any bit of advice that I could give you, and I'm not one to give advice, but write it down.
Write it down.
Here's the thing. You're going to have a couple of drinks, all right?
Well, maybe.
You're going to have fucking 9 vodka tonics with lime, all right?
I don't know about 9.
Or 10, whatever.
That's
or no, down. You're down. You're supposed to go down.
Well, down.
You're gonna have 7 vodka tonics with lime. You're gonna forget that precious idea that you think is really funny.
I feel like you're just describing you right now.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Just write it down. Have a little notebook. Have a gay little notepad next to your nightstand. Just write it down. Collect all the ideas. It's like a net. And then you're going to wake up a little bit hungover, chug a Gatorade, look at the notebook and go, yeah, most of those were dumb, but one of those is going to be a fucking killer bit.
Yeah.